When you first start Premiere, you're going to see a window similar to this one. So down here you have all your old projects, and over here you create a new project. So it's going to ask you to zoom in there. Create a new name. We'll call this new project of awesomeness. Whatever. And then you say create, and then you're gonna have a window like this. So now the very first time you open it up, you're probably going to have tutorial window. So if you go up to the windows here, you're going to see that there are a number of options. There's workspace here. So you see that oh, we have uh, learning is the one you're first going to start off with. That's how it's going to look like this, where you have these videos over here, and you have your regular stuff over here. So you don't want to be in there. What you want to be is in editing, because that just saves more space. You need as much space as you can when you're editing. Things get sloppy really, really fast. So then you want to bring in footage. So you could hit the button and say import media, and you can navigate through wherever you want to go to find stuff. Or you could, just open any window you want, pick a bunch of stuff you want, and you drag it in there. And that's going to, populate this window here. So this is, where this is your bin of footage. Now, if you double click on something like that, it goes into the playhead. This is like where you can preview stuff. You could figure out, where you want to start something, where you want to end something before you bring it onto the timeline. Now, there's different ways of. Oh, right now, you see this timeline area is blank. You need to create a sequence. There's many different ways of creating a sequence. One way is to take your clip and drag it on there. That's just going to create your sequence at the same time as bringing your footage in there. If you put your in and out points on there before you drag, then it will pick just the in and out points. If you take the whole piece of video, you see it's really long there. It's going to bring the whole thing. Let's do that again. This time I'm going to set an in point, hitting I, out point, hitting O. And now when I drag that over there, see it's small. Let's try it again and make this even smaller. And I drag that over there, and it's now, yeah. So you'll notice over here we have this column here is your destination. This is the stuff that's on your timeline. Over here is your source. So right here you're noticing there's only video coming over. That's because this stuff, this particular piece of video, only has video. It has no audio involved. Let's bring in something else that does have some audio. Okay, look at this little snow sequence here. Let's see where that went. Usually goes down to the bottom. We'll see. Too many videos. Oh, all right, I'm going to go to list view so I can find things easier. So this right here is, let's zoom in there. Over here you can see this is your icon for, video view, and this right here is for list view. All right, so I'm going to see if you could organize by name. You could organize by frame rate, but of course if they're the same frame rate, it doesn't change anything. So I'm going to go ahead and organize by name and look for snow. Maybe it wasn't called snow. All right, so I guess I'm going to go ahead, go back to visual. I'm going to expand this out so I can see things more. And here we go. I have my snow stuff. So I'm going to double click that to get it up here. I'm going to unexpand this, and so I have everything here. And now, I should have not been blown out like that. So any one of these windows you can expand or contract. If you have multiple monitors, you can grab this and you could bring it onto another monitor. And this becomes very convenient if you have multiple monitors. So you could do your organizing on one monitor, and then you could do your editing on another one. But yeah. So anyway, right now, here is our timeline. Once again, now that we have this clip has both video and audio. If I were only just to select video, then when I drag over here, only video would come over. If I selected only audio, when I select audio, only audio would come over. I'm going to undo that. Control Z. So now dragging things over is a really sloppy way of doing things. You can't get like really precise on where you want to land it. It's just sort of like as precise as your hand is. And if you're like, a shaky old man like me, then you're way off target of where you want to be. So what you really want to do is set in and out points. So now if you let's see, you're on here and you say, okay, I want from where the wind gusts by right here, and I'll make an endpoint there, and then I want to end over here, which is where this wind just comes by this one little spot here. Ooh, yeah, right there. So now I can go forward frame by frame with right clicking, or sorry, the arrow right, left arrow for frame by frame left, and then I could also do play forward, which would be L. Play reverse, which is J. I could do slow-mo forward, which is holding down K and then pressing L. And then I could do slow motion reverse, holding down K and J. Now if I want to play at several times speed, I could hit J or L at multiple times. So I hit once for a single time, twice for double speed, 3 times speed, etc. All right. So let's say we get to the place we want to make an out point. All right, so now this is precise, but where it lands, that has to be precise also. So let's go over here and say that we want to have it right when, let's say it's like right here is where we want it. So we make an in point here, I. So we have an in point here, an out point here, and an in point here. So if I were to say, all right, well, sorry. So just because I know where this starts and ends, if I say, all right, go there, it's going to know to go there, go for as long as this clip is, and then stop. Now I can choose, if I wanted to have it. Right now, it's going to go to the this track 1. If I wanted to, I could go to track 3, and then I could have it to go there. So now there's 2 ways of making it go there. One is to overwrite, which actually, let me undo that, and I'm going to show you what exactly that does. So if I were in if we're doing video track 1, and I say overwrite, it erases the stuff that and just to make this clear, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff. And what's the keyword shortcut for? Yeah, okay. If I were to overwrite, you're going to see that it replaces the stuff that I dropped in. The old stuff was stuff I dropped in. If I hit insert, what's going to happen is it's going to push everything over, everything that is sunk up, including the stuff that is above there. If I don't want the stuff above there to move over, then I would have to toggle these off. Now, for most purposes, I would say you're going to want to turn these things off because oftentimes what you're doing when we're bringing in on a track is you are bringing in music to go underneath something or whatever else. You're not wanting to push everything else, all the other tracks over. But if you're in the middle of a long movie and you want to insert a shot and move everything over, then absolutely turn these back on so you don't lose sync. All right. So anyway, once again, we do overwrite. Sorry, that's insert. I'll undo that. And this is overwrite. All right. So once again, in order to make sure this other track doesn't get pushed over, I have to turn off the sync on any on all these things so that it doesn't move over. All right. So that is the very. Let's get into exporting. Actually, let me make that a separate video.